What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I'm super excited to bring you guys some more Call of Duty Ghosts information because we got a couple of really cool things, especially yesterday. This first thing I'm going to tell you guys is pretty exciting. So, I believe that we know what mode is going to be replacing Spec Ops in Call of Duty Ghosts. So, yesterday, Mark Rubin, who's the executive producer for Infinity Ward, we get a lot of our information and teasers and things from him. He tweeted out, first video from my new phone, and it had a TwitPic link on there. And what was the video? Check it out right here. Alright, so as you guys can see, that was a teaser of some sort of menu within Call of Duty Ghosts, and it's kind of blurry, but if we take a look at the last frame of this video, you can see the menu is called Squads. That's kind of like the headline of the menu, and then below Squads there are three like sub-menus or sub-options. There's online play, there's something that's blurred out that we can't read, and then finally there's an options sub-menu or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, it's Squads, and this could be one of two things. Like, I'm thinking it could be a subsection of multiplayer, because it does say online play, so maybe it's like Infinity Ward's version of League play. You know, you squad up and you play as a team or something like that. But another thing this could be is the third game mode in Call of Duty Ghosts. So as you guys know, I've mentioned in a ton of videos, Spec Ops will not be returning, and that was always kind of like the third game mode of Infinity Ward. But Infinity Ward has announced that there will be a different mode that replaces it. So there's going to be campaign, there's going to be multiplayer, and then there's going to be some mystery game mode, and I'm thinking maybe Squads would be it, because so far they've placed a lot of emphasis on your team or on your squads or on your faction. You know, you're playing alongside your brother, which is obviously going to be very emotional. You're playing alongside man's best friend Riley, which is obviously going to be very emotional. I hope that dog does not die. And then there's other things, like on the official pre-order poster from GameStop, it says "We are all we've got," and that's kind of like a catchphrase of the game. They've teased that a bunch of different places. So again, that phrase kind of emphasizes the idea of a team or of a squad, or, you know, you're just teaming up and sticking together as a group. And yeah, so that's just, it's kind of like the basic theme or the central motif of the game is this idea of squads and teaming up. And motif, there you guys go, get ready for school. It starts very soon. We're getting close to August. Feel bad for you guys, summer break's almost over. But anyway, back on topic, it's a major theme in the game, so maybe the third game mode in Ghosts will be this Squads game mode. And it's got online play, so you go on, you connect with your friends, and you guys work together to achieve things. Now, I'm not exactly sure what it could be, and that's kind of why I wanted to mention it to you guys, because maybe you guys have some good ideas as to what could be entailed with this game mode, what you would have to do, what features would be included in it. So if you guys have any ideas, feel free to leave them down in the comments. We can brainstorm around a little bit and see if we can come up with any cool things. But anyway, yes, so there's a new game type in Ghosts. It's called Squads. It might be a subsection of multiplayer, but my gut is telling me it's the third game type along with campaign and multiplayer. But we'll have to wait and see. You know, the multiplayer reveal is just around the corner. I'm sure we'll get more information on that. But moving on to the second thing I've got for you guys, Mark Rubin also had another tweet that gave us some information. So somebody asked him if dynamic maps and player customization would be included in the current gen titles, and he answered, they are. We weren't always sure we could get it to work on next gen, and he meant current gen. You can see in the tweets following it, he kind of corrected himself. But we weren't sure we could get it to work on the current gen with memory limitations, but we made it work. Very happy. So this is really exciting, because it's just kind of a testament to the power of the new engine that they're using in Call of Duty Ghosts, as well as the possibilities of technology as time advances, and just kind of how much more advanced it gets even on a year-by-year basis. So back in Modern Warfare 3, if you guys remember, everybody was asking for gun DLC, and Infinity Ward replied. They said, you know, we see your request, but we physically cannot do it. There is not enough memory in the game for us to add in these guns. We can't do it. It's physically not possible. A year later, guess what? Black Ops 2 and Treyarch put in gun DLC. They also added in COD casting. They also added in live streaming. They also added in League play and all kinds of other things. So just in a year's time span, they were able to advance to that point. Now, a year from Black Ops 2, this year with Call of Duty Ghosts, they're adding in things like character customization, dynamic maps, maps that fall to the ground and that are constantly changing. Like, it's just crazy how fast everything is changing. And this is all happening just by making the current hardware more efficient. Like in Call of Duty Ghosts on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, I'm sure we'll see weapon DLC and, you know, all kinds of things that we weren't really expecting, and, you know, stuff that we were missing in Modern Warfare 3. But what's even more impressive and even more exciting and kind of mind-boggling is what's going to be possible on the next-gen consoles. Because, you know, again, they aren't just making it more efficient, they're literally getting all new hardware that's 100 times better at its base, and they're going to be able to build off of that. So that's pretty exciting, and the next couple of years of gaming should be really, really cool to see what these developers can do with this new hardware. But anyway, speaking of next-gen hardware and kind of Call of Duty on the next-gen, Mark Rubin actually kind of touched on this. So he had an interview with the official PlayStation magazine, and he had a couple of quotes I want to share with you guys. So the first one is, to be honest, the first launch of next-gen titles is sort of like that awkward first date, not really sure where it's gonna go. As a company in general, we don't want to jump on the tech bandwagon too early. We're a little bit more conservative with that kind of thing. There is some cool new tech, but some of it we can't talk about because we are not talking multiplayer yet. And then he went on to say, he said, you can't change the rules too much. You have to sort of live within the boundaries that you've created for yourself. Other games can do that. They can do and go out and try other new features, and that's totally cool, because as a gamer, I like to play a lot of games. So I'll go out and play that open-ended, open world type of game and love it. I think we sort of stay with what we have perfected, that cinematic, immersive experience. We're going to stick with that. So, with the next-gen titles, Infinity Ward does have some new stuff they're adding in, and new features, and I'm sure on a base level, the graphics are going to be better and things like that, but they aren't really going all out yet. Like, they don't want to go all out and try too many new things at once and try to do too much at once and ruin the experience. They're just kind of going to ease into this new technology, add stuff in, but not do too much, and kind of see how things pan out over the next year or so. And, you know, I think a lot of developers are going to take this approach, because if you look at the launch titles and the early titles of the Xbox 360 and the PS3 compared to titles now, it's crazy how much they've changed. Like, look at BioShock 1 compared to Skyrim in terms of graphics. You know, people thought BioShock 1 had the best graphics in the world, but, you know, look at games now, or, you know, something like Crysis 3 or something like that. Or even staying in the Call of Duty realm, look at Call of Duty 4 compared to Black Ops 2. Like, the graphics have enhanced immensely, but also in terms of the features of the game, the custom classes and the custom kill streaks and the live streaming and the league play, and, you know, there's been so many little improvements that maybe you don't really notice, but when you truly think about it, it's insane how much things have changed. So these first games on the new consoles are going to be much, much better and much more advanced than the current gen games, but the games 4 years from now on the new consoles are going to be head and shoulders and light years ahead of the games that we're getting on the current gen consoles now. So it's all a very exciting time for gamers right now. You know, the next 3 or 4 years of gaming is going to be insane, and I can't wait to share them with you guys. So yeah, I'm really excited for both Call of Duty Ghosts as well as just the future of gaming, because it's going to be pretty cool. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to check out one of the other 2 videos if you haven't seen them yet. I got a bunch of great videos coming soon. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.